So basically, like if you're like a real estate channel, you will want to look at this. And once again, this applies for any niche, right? Whether you're in film, or whether you are doing like teaching people like how to go on social media, maybe it's like business documentary, right? This concept works, right? You will basically in this case, like what I've done is that I have, let me see here. Okay, I'll just kind of explain like how this was put together. So basically, this looked at 10 different channels. So basically, what I did is I fed my AI bot like 10 different YouTube channels inside of real estate market, right? Some of them are in Vegas, some of them are in Miami, some of them are in Dallas, and then I just analyzed these 10 channels, and then I asked it like, hey, what are like the top formats that are performing well, and then categorize it into like A tier and B tier. So we want to, we'll want to create the A tier ones first, and then B tier is like, okay, maybe we've exhausted all of the A tiers, then we can kind of look into B tier ideas. And then also I only gave it 10 channels, and of course there's like more than 10 different markets in the US. So I also gave it, hey, like these are like the 50 top markets inside of these are like the top 50 markets to sell real estate in the US, where like the GCI, or like the earnings of the average real estate agent is much higher in these specific markets, because the houses cost more, or like people want to move there and whatnot, right? For a ton and like a variety of reasons. So I've also indexed that, and then I told it to find what the biggest outliers and then to group it in, right? So basically it helped me categorize these, right? So like tier A, right? These ideas, right? Hey, like, okay, we should do these ideas. Some of these ideas are meant to convert. Some of these ideas are meant to acquire, which is like top of funnel. It's like, okay, acquire new viewers, and some of them do both, right? So these are like the formulas of what's working inside of like a real estate market. If you want to start a real estate YouTube channel, you can look at these, and then you can see, this. And then over here, this is B, right? How to, like any ideas that are also evergreen, that maybe a little bit outdated, but can still be done in certain markets. And then I told it to categorize all of these like 50 different like higher spreading areas, and like, okay, what's like the potential views that you can kind of imagine for a video like this. So it will be looking at videos in this specific market, and like how well are they doing. It's looking at the commission, it's looking at the population data, right, to determine like, okay, like roughly however many views, and then there's like whatever math behind this, right? So like you can kind of know like, okay, like what's considered to be good for a video in this specific section, and then it goes into like the specific playbook for each of these, right? So it's like, let's say okay, we want to acquire new buyers, right? You should do a video on everything new and coming soon to this place in this specific year. So then you would, what it's done is you can see it goes onto these channels and finds everything new and coming soon, everything new and coming soon, 20 big things coming to Dallas, Miami Skyline is about to change forever, everything new and coming soon to Dallas, Texas. And you can see like how well these do, 3.6x, 3.4x. So basically it just groups all of these, and then it, gives you, like, hey, like how does this specific thing work, right? And you can kind of see over here, because it's a report that's being created. You can kind of see, hey Tim, you can kind of see like the specific thumbnail format within this. It's like, okay, you can see these two, which are the biggest outliers over here. It's like, okay, Southern Oregon's next big thing, Bluffton's next big thing. You can kind of see it's the same text, and then there's like a weird looking structure inside of this, right? Weird looking structure, and then this one didn't do too well. Obviously, it's a little bit different. You can see like, okay, weird structure, Dallas the next big thing. The text is a little bit smaller. It's on the bottom left. Okay, maybe this title's a little bit different, right? Over here, you can also see it's the exact same thing, right? Text on top with like highlight, and then here is a skyline. So there's a picture of the skyline. And then over here, everything new coming soon to Dallas, Texas. Weird thing, breaking news that's happening. This breaking news format also works. And then they have the new in the top left. So you can kind of see like, okay, like there's generally like a formula to like some of these, and you can see like some of these are just like copy pastable, because it's in real estate market, there's 50 different states and however many more markets that you can possibly do these in. So generally, like the viewers are very different. The viewers are different in that viewer interest in moving to a certain state is there's a lot of different interests, but the psychology is the exact same, right? And because you can transact that psychology, you can probably make a thumbnail like this and it'll probably be chill. And then also within this, I abstracted the script template, right? So inside of subscriber, it's meant to also write the script for you, and extracting the script template, might take a little bit of work, and you would have to add the YouTube links and stuff. So I've already done this. So if like, okay, I want to go ahead and write the script, I can use the script template, and then I will be good to go. And then there's also a production playbook on exactly how to film it, right? So there's a like if there's a specific way in order to film it. Basically, I have the AI bot like go out there and like scour these specific niches to like, okay, like understand like, okay, like how do I film these specific channels? And man, it's all these exact same things. What realtors hide about living in this city, and you can kind of see once again, like all of it's the same, right?